Hello everyone, and welcome to this new lesson. My name is Sarah, and today we are going to talk about a very important topic in everyday English: asking for directions. This is a situation that almost every learner of English will face at some point. Imagine that you are traveling in a new city, maybe London, New York, Sydney, or even a small town. You are walking, you have your phone, maybe a map, but sometimes technology does not help. The battery can die, or maybe the internet is not available. What will you do? You will need to talk to someone, ask for help, and understand the answer. That is why asking for directions is one of the most useful communication skills in English. In our daily lives, we often need to go somewhere we don't know. Maybe it is a train station, a restaurant, a library, a hotel, or a museum. Sometimes you know the name of the place but not the way to reach it. Other times, you may be completely lost. Asking for directions helps you connect with people and also improves your confidence in speaking English. This skill is not only about words, but also about attitude, politeness, and listening carefully. Think about it. When you stop someone on the street, you are interrupting their day. They may be busy, but most people are kind and happy to help if you ask politely. That is why using the right phrases is so important. You do not need to speak perfect English. You do not need long, complicated sentences. What you need is clarity, politeness, and confidence. For example, let's imagine you are in New York City. You want to visit Times Square, but you don't know where it is. You can simply say, "Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to Times Square?" This sentence is short, polite, and very clear. The person will understand you and give you directions. In this lesson, I will guide you step by step. First, we will look at useful phrases for asking directions. These phrases will give you the confidence to start the conversation. Next, we will study how to understand directions. Because asking is only the first step, you must also understand the answer. Finally, we will practice with real-life examples of conversations. I will show you how people really speak, so you will be ready when the moment comes. Another important thing to remember is body language and tone of voice. When you ask for directions, smile, use a friendly tone, and make eye contact. This makes the other person feel comfortable and more willing to help you. If you are shy or nervous, the person may think you are not confident. So, even if your English is not perfect, your smile and friendly attitude will open many doors. Also, when you receive directions, pay attention to keywords like left, right, straight ahead, across from, next to, behind, at the corner. These small words are the key to understanding directions. You don't always need to understand every single sentence. If you can catch these important words, you will usually understand the way. For example, if someone says, "Go straight ahead, then turn left at the second traffic light, the museum is on your right," you only need to focus on straight ahead, turn left, and on your right. Sometimes, people may speak fast, or use slang, or add extra details. Don't panic. If you don't understand, it is always okay to ask again. You can say, "Sorry, could you repeat that please?" Or, "Could you say that more slowly?" Remember, communication is not about being perfect. It is about making yourself understood and understanding the other person. Why is this skill so important for English learners? Because traveling, studying abroad, or even just walking in a big city requires orientation, and language is the bridge that helps you find your way. Many learners focus on grammar and vocabulary, but forget about practical skills. Asking for directions is a practical skill that makes you feel independent, capable, and connected to the world. In addition, practicing this situation improves many other areas of English. You learn how to use polite questions, modal verbs like could and would, prepositions of place, and vocabulary about locations. You also practice listening to real-life English, which is often fast and full of natural expressions. So, in this video, my goal is to make you feel comfortable and ready. After watching, you will be able to ask for directions politely and clearly. Understand the most common answers. Use these skills in real situations, whether you are traveling, living abroad, or even just practicing English with friends. Think of it as a small adventure. When you learn to ask for directions, you are not only finding a place, you are building a connection, learning about the culture, and practicing your language in a natural way. And every time you do it, your confidence grows. So take a deep breath, relax, and get ready. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to stop a stranger on the street and ask for help without fear. You will not feel lost because you will have the words and the confidence to guide you. Are you ready? Let's begin our journey into the world of asking for directions in English. Part 1. Understanding the basics of asking for directions. Hello everyone, it's Sarah here, and welcome to the first part of our lesson on asking for directions in English. If you are traveling, visiting a new city, or even exploring your own town, knowing how to ask for directions is very important. It helps you communicate with people, find your way, and feel more confident when you are in an unfamiliar place. In this first part, we are going to focus on the basic expressions and questions you need to know. I will explain them step by step, and I will also give you examples. You can repeat after me to practice your pronunciation. Remember, practice makes progress. 1. Starting a polite conversation. When you ask a stranger for help, it's always nice to start politely. Here are some common phrases you can use. Excuse me, can you help me, please? Excuse me, do you know where the train station is? Hi, could you tell me how to get to the bus stop? Notice how all of these begin with excuse me. This is a polite way to get someone's attention. You should always say this first before asking your question. 2. Useful question patterns. After saying excuse me, you can use these sentence patterns. Can you tell me where the key is? Do you know how to get to Hai? Is this the way to Wa? How far is it to I? For example, can you tell me where the supermarket is? Do you know how to get to the hospital? Is this the way to the library? These are short and simple, but very effective. 3. Understanding directions vocabulary. When people answer you, they will often use some common words to give directions. Let's go through the most important ones. Left, turn left. Right, turn right. Straight, go straight ahead. Next to the bank is next to the post office. Across from the park is across from the school. Near the restaurant is near the station, for it's quite far from here. It is very important to know these words because they appear in almost every explanation. 4. Simple example conversation. Let's look at a short conversation to see how this works in real life. Traveler. Excuse me, can you help me please? I'm looking for the train station. Local person. Sure, go straight ahead, then turn right at the traffic lights. The station is next to the big supermarket. Traveler. Thank you very much. Local person, you're welcome. See how easy that is? You only need a few simple phrases, but they are very useful. 5. Practice exercise. Now let's practice together. I'll say the beginning of a sentence, and you can try to finish it. Excuse me, can you tell me where the walk is? Excuse me, do you know how to get to E? For example, you can say, where the bank is. How to get to the park. Pause after I ask and try to answer out loud. Speaking practice is very important. 6. Tips for real situations. Here are some tips when you are really asking for directions. Speak slowly and clearly. Don't worry about making mistakes. Use simple words. People will understand you better. Repeat if needed. If you don't understand the answer, you can say, sorry, could you say that again? Sorry, I didn't understand. Can you repeat, please? Use your hands. Sometimes gestures and pointing can help you understand better. 7. Building confidence. The first time you ask for directions in English, you might feel nervous. That's normal, but remember, most people are friendly and happy to help. Let's practice with a fourth situation. Imagine you are in Tokyo and you are trying to find a restaurant. Maybe you ask someone in the hotel. Excuse me, can you show me on the map where the restaurant is? Hotel staff. Of course, it is here, just 5 minutes walk from the hotel. Perfect, thank you very much. Hotel staff. My pleasure. Sometimes people use a map or their phone to help you, so it's useful to know how to ask, can you show me on the map? Now, let's think about a fifth situation. Sometimes you ask for directions, but you don't understand the answer. The person speaks too fast or uses difficult words. What can you do? You can say, "Sorry, could you repeat that, please?" "Sorry, I don't understand. Can you say it again slowly?" For example, excuse me, how can I get to the train station? Stranger. Go down the street, turn left at the big building, then take the second street on the right. Sorry, can you say that again more slowly? Stranger. Sure, go straight, then turn left, then take the second right. This is very useful. Remember, it's okay if you don't understand everything the first time. Native speakers are usually happy to repeat more slowly. Another good tip is to listen carefully to keywords. Often people will use words like left, right, straight, next to, across from, in front of, behind. If you can catch these words, you can usually understand the direction. Part 2. Real-life situations of asking for directions. Hello again, my friends. Welcome to part 2 of our lesson. In the first part, we talked about why asking for directions is important, and we also learned some simple and common phrases to use. Now, in this second part, I want to give you real-life examples. We will imagine situations where you are in a city or maybe traveling, and you need to ask for help. I will show you how the conversation can go step by step. This way, you can feel more confident when you speak in real life. Let's start with the first situation. Imagine you are in London and you want to visit the British Museum, but you are not sure how to get there. You see a person on the street and you ask politely, "Excuse me, can you tell me the way to the British Museum?" Stranger. Yes, of course. Go straight ahead, then turn left at the traffic light. You will see the museum on your right. Thank you very much. Stranger. You're welcome. Even if your English is not perfect, they will usually understand you. The important thing is to try. If you practice these sentences every day, they will become natural for you. And next time you are lost, you will know exactly what to say. So, in this first part, we have learned how to start politely, ask basic questions, and understand the main vocabulary for directions. In the next part, we will go deeper into longer conversations and learn how to give and receive more detailed instructions. Finally, let's think about a sixth situation. Imagine you are helping someone else who asks you for directions. This is also good practice. You can use simple sentences. Go straight ahead. Turn left. Turn right. It's next to the bank. It's across from the park. Helping others will also improve your confidence. So, in this part, we saw many real examples of asking for directions in English. We learned useful phrases. Can you tell me the way to? Is there a near here? How do I get to? Can you show me on the map? And we also practiced what to say if you don't understand. Sorry, can you repeat that? Can you say it again slowly? With practice, you will feel more comfortable using these phrases. And remember, the more you practice, the easier it becomes. This is a very natural conversation. Notice that you start with "excuse me" to be polite. Then you use the phrase, "Can you tell me the way to?" This is easy and clear. The stranger gives you short directions, using words like go straight, turn left on your right. Now, let's look at the second situation. Imagine you are in Paris, and you want to find the nearest metro station. You go inside a shop and ask, excuse me, is there a metro station near here? Shop assistant. Yes, there is. Go down this street, then take the second right. The station is in front of the supermarket. Great, thank you. Shop assistant, no problem. Here, you see another useful phrase. Is there a near here? You can use this for many things. Is there a bank near here? Is there a pharmacy near here? Is there a bus stop near here? Very practical. For the third situation, let's imagine you are in New York. You are looking for Central Park, but you are a little lost. You ask someone, excuse me, how do I get to Central Park? Local person. It's easy. Walk 2 blocks straight, then cross the street. You will see the park entrance. Thank you so much. Local person. You're welcome. Have a nice day. This is another useful question. How do I get to? You can use it in almost every situation. How do I get to the airport? How do I get to the train station? How do I get to the city center? Part 3. Common phrases and expressions you can use. Hello again, my friends. In this third part, we are going to focus on practical English phrases you can use when asking for directions. These phrases are simple, clear, and easy to remember. They will help you in everyday situations when you need to find your way. I will also give you some possible answers that people might say to you. Let's learn step by step. 1. Starting the conversation. When you want to ask someone for directions, you should first be polite. Here are some good ways to start. Excuse me, can you help me? Sorry to bother you, but can you tell me how to get to? Excuse me, I'm looking for example, excuse me, can you help me? I'm looking for the train station. This shows that you are polite and friendly. Most people will be happy to help you. 2. Asking where a place is. Once you start the conversation, you can ask more directly. Some examples. Where is the nearest bus stop? How can I get to the supermarket? Is there a pharmacy near here? Can you tell me the way to the park? These are short and clear questions. You don't need long sentences. Simple is better when asking for directions. 3. Understanding the answer. Now let's practice how people might answer you. They may use words like, go straight, walk, or drive in a straight line. Turn left or turn right. It's next to, near another building or place. It's across from, on the opposite side of the street. It's behind another building. Example. Go straight, then turn left at the traffic lights. The supermarket is next to the bank. 4. Checking again if you don't understand. Sometimes you may not understand the directions because the person speaks fast or uses difficult words. Don't worry. You can ask again politely. Sorry, can you repeat that, please? Can you say it more slowly? So I go straight and then turn right. Repeat to check. This is very useful. Repeating the directions makes sure you understand correctly. 5. Helpful vocabulary for directions. Here are some useful words. Street, a road in a city or town. Corner where 2 streets meet. Traffic lights, red, yellow, and green lights for cars. Roundabout, a circle where roads meet. Bridge, a structure over a river or road. Near, far, close, or not close. Example. The hotel is at the corner of King Street and Queen Street. The bus stop is near the bridge. 6. Short dialogues for practice. Dialogue 1. Excuse me, can you tell me the way to the station? Stranger. Go straight, turn right at the roundabout. The station is on your left. Dialogue 2. Is there a bank near here? Stranger. Yes, there's one across from the supermarket. Dialogue 3. Sorry, can you repeat that, please? Stranger. Of course. Walk straight ahead, then turn left. The library is next to the school. 7. Tips for confidence. Smile when you ask. People respond better when you are friendly. Use simple sentences. Don't worry about grammar too much. Listen for key words. Words like left, right, next to, straight. Repeat the directions. Say them back to check. Practice often. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. So, my friends, these are the most important phrases, words, and tips for asking for directions in English. When you travel or meet new people, you can use them with confidence. In the conclusion, we will bring everything together and I will give you some final advice and motivation to practice in real life. Don't go away. As we come to the conclusion of this lesson on asking for directions in English, I want to take a moment to bring everything together. Today, we explored not only the words and expressions you can use when you are lost or trying to find a place, but also the confidence you need to speak to strangers and ask for help. Let's think for a moment. How often do we travel, walk through new cities, visit new countries, or even explore a new part of our own town? In each of these situations, knowing how to ask for directions is not only useful, it is essential. Imagine arriving in a big city for the first time. You want to find the train station, the hotel, or maybe a famous place like a museum or park. If you don't know how to ask, you may feel anxious. But when you have the right phrases in English, you immediately feel stronger, more prepared, and more comfortable. This is the power of learning these everyday expressions. In this video, you learned simple and polite ways to start your question. Excuse me, can you help me? Could you tell me how to get to? Where is the nearest? You also practice listening to the possible answers. Go straight ahead. Turn left. It's on the right, next to the supermarket. These are not just words. They are small keys that open big doors. Every time you use them, you communicate successfully in English. But remember, language learning is not only about memorizing sentences, it is about building the habit of practice. If you only watch this video once and then forget the phrases, you will lose them. But if you repeat them, write them down, and use them in your daily life, even when you are not traveling, you will make them part of your active vocabulary. For example, you can pretend you are walking in your city and practice asking for directions out loud. You can also imagine being the person who gives the directions. By playing both roles, you develop speaking fluency and listening skills at the same time. I also want to remind you of something very important. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. When you are in a real situation, like being lost in a new city, people will not judge you for imperfect grammar. They will appreciate your effort to communicate. Even if you only say, "Excuse me, station," someone will try to help you. So imagine how much more effective you will be if you practice the full sentences we studied today. Mistakes are natural, but practice makes progress. Now let's talk about the bigger picture. Why is learning asking for directions so important? Because it teaches you not only vocabulary, but also confidence in speaking with strangers. It teaches you how to start a conversation, how to listen carefully, and how to answer politely. These are skills you can use in many other situations, not just when you are lost. The more you practice these small conversations, the easier it will be to start other conversations in English, at the airport, in a restaurant, in a hotel, or even in business meetings. So here is my challenge to you. After watching this video, don't stop here. Take action. Write down 5 different ways to ask for directions. Then, record yourself saying them aloud. Next, practice giving directions as if someone is asking you. For example, choose a place in your city, like the bank or the library, and practice explaining how to get there in English. These small exercises will give you confidence and fluency step by step. Another action you can take is to practice with friends or classmates. Create a role play. One person is lost and the other gives directions. Switch roles and repeat. This is fun, interactive, and very effective. If you don't have someone to practice with, no problem. You can practice with me by replaying this video and repeating after me. Before we finish, I want to invite you to be part of this learning journey with me. On this channel, we create lessons like this every week to help you improve your English step by step. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel. Click the like button and turn on the notification bell. This way, you won't miss the next lesson. And I have a special request for you. Write in the comments below a sentence using the expressions you learned today. For example, "Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the bus stop?" Or, "The park is straight ahead, then turn left." By writing in the comments, you are not only practicing your English, you are also helping other learners in our community. Finally, remember this. Every small step you take brings you closer to fluency. Today, you learn to ask for directions. Tomorrow, you will learn another topic. And little by little, your confidence will grow. English is not about being perfect. It is about communicating. And now, with the tools from this lesson, you can communicate better when you need help finding your way. So don't stop now. Take the challenge, practice the sentences, and use them whenever you can. You have the power to learn, and I believe in you. Thank you for watching this lesson on asking for directions. Keep practicing, stay confident, and remember, you are never lost when you know how to ask the right question in English. See you in the next video, and until then, keep learning, keep speaking, and keep growing.